Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. Today we are starting some farming, specifically with mystical agriculture, but before we get too far into that, I was informed that the exclamation marks, similar to what we have been progressing with here, actually indicate that we have completed some kind of task and we are ready to collect our reward. So we have quite a few in here that we are scrolling through and we can collect on. So we are going to begin today's episode with that because we can actually get some pretty great loot from all of that. So let's clean out our inventory so we know exactly what we are getting from all of this. And we will just go through these one at a time, starting up here at the top with all the modium. It looks like the intro is our very first task that we have completed. And we did get an all the modium book, which will tell us what we have to do to get all the modium. We will store that away for another episode. We also have a silent gear pickaxe. We can collect some XP for that and collect our rewards for the waystone, which we also have a magnet that is useful. We also have another waystone. We can put this in the other village off over in the west. Up here in tips and tricks, we got a magnet from one of the rewards, so now we are getting another reward because of that. We got a little bit of honeycomb. In apotheosis, just some XP. Basic tools, it looks like we are getting some sticks. In silent gear, we are getting a repair kit, or I guess that is what we get. We got some XP for obtaining a repair kit and a little bit more XP right up there. We also have obtained cobblestone and raw iron. We will collect both of those, and all of our blueprints down here are also rewarding us with 5 XP each. Over here in food and farming, this is just to get us started, some wheat seeds and a little bit more XP. In mystical agriculture, it would be nice if we got something to help us progress here. We do have the mystical agriculture book, of course we already know all about that, and we got 2 inferium essence. In alchemistry, we got some XP. Deep resonance, we are getting 3 resonating ore. We are also getting 10 resonating plates. We will have to read more about those later on. Over here in pneumatic craft, we are getting the manual and 10 XP. And right down here in the steam age, we are getting a few rubber saplings, some sticky resin, and a few slime. We do have one more right down here in Botania, the book, a flower petal loot bag, and a flower pouch. We do have one more exclamation mark right there. There we go, just some XP for that. And that will take care of all of those tasks. So we are up to 20 levels now, and we got a fair share of different treasures. But as I said, the most important thing for today is the inferium essence. I think we have a little bit more somewhere, although maybe not. I thought we did, but I guess the 2 that we have right there is all that we have. So we will grab out our bucket, we will make a stone hoe, and we will get to work on our inferium essence farm. The goal for the end of this episode, since this stuff does take quite some time, is to have this fully automated. Of course, with the create mod, we are able to do that, but I will have to double check how difficult it is to make all of those devices. It might be something that we save for another time. So if we can't automate everything today, I think we will then try to get some more advanced resources. For now though, it's just figuring out where we want to place this farm. I really do like these trees, but this is a nice flat area for us. I think if we chop down this birch tree right here and maybe removed some of this grass, that would give us a very level spot to do this. And we have a wandering trader, our second one of the series. Let's see what he has to offer. I don't think... Oh, we do have a mystery scroll pouch. Again though, that is very expensive, so we will let him pass on by. And we got an advancement called Kachink 1. I guess that was for damaging gear past a certain point. But here is where we are at with the farm. I've cleared away that layer of dirt as well as the trees. We can get the water bucket placed in now, and we can start to till the land around that water source and get some Inferium Essence seeds planted. To make those seeds though, we do need a little bit more Inferium Essence. I think we might go mining for that because my previous method, which did actually get us an advancement, didn't really work out for us. But it looks like right down here under the surface of the water we do have a little bit. So we can convert the farmland right over here and plant those seeds right in there. Those will begin to grow. We don't need any fancy harvesting scythes or sickles or anything like that right now since we only have a couple of these. And hopefully we won't need those at all, depending on how expensive it is to create the automated farming. So let's have a look at the create mod here and figure out what all we are going to need. We will need a water wheel. To make that, we need a shaft and some planks. So we need an andesite alloy, a couple of iron nuggets for that, and some andesite. How much andesite do we have? Probably none, so I think we will set out in search of that. We can have a look at our journey map and see if there is anything that looks like it could be andesite. This is all stone right here on this stony shore. That is gravel right there, and over here on our island some more gravel. But what we could do is come up here to what looks like a cave, or maybe right there as well, and we can figure out we have something swimming around in the water down here pretty quickly, and it is hostile. I'm wondering if it is one of those scalawags that we have had to deal with in the past. Oh, I don't know what that is. That looks like some kind of dragonfly, maybe? If that is what we're seeing, I think it is. It doesn't seem to be attacking us, but I don't know if I want to take chances with that. Then again, we are wearing diamond armor, or not diamond armor, iron armor, so I'm sure we could take it. But it doesn't seem to be hostile towards us, so I think we will be okay. Anyway, let's head over to that cave and see if there's any andesite in there. We can also keep our eye out for some diorite because we can craft cobblestone with it to make our own andesite. We do have a cave opening right through here, but it looks like it might dead end kind of quickly, although I don't know. It looks like it could go down here a ways, and a dead end. We do have some granite right here, but that is not what we are after. Here we go, that's more like it. So I think we will probably set up a waystone right here. Although this is an aquifer, this is not, or it might even be part of the ocean. I think it's just part of the ocean, but there is a lot of andesite down there, so that will do. Let's head down here and start to mine some of that up. We even have some right here. I think we will go for about a stack to 2 stacks and then go from there. And I think we will set up our waystone right over here where we have direct light access. That way we don't teleport to a bunch of mobs, and we can teleport on home, get some sleep, and begin work with all of the andesite that we have. I mined up about a stack and a half of it, so that will be enough to get us going. Let's grab a few iron ingots here, and we can make a handful of andesite alloys. There we go. Perfect, sturdier rocks. Now that we have those, we can make our water wheel. Well, we have to make some shafts first, and there we go. And we need a few planks. We can just use our birch. That will give us the water wheel. We are also going to want to make a gearbox, and those are made with shafts and birch planks to make the cog wheels, and then the casing, I believe, is what we are missing. That is... Okay, yes, we can manually deploy that. I thought we could. I got a little bit nervous there for a second. There we go. That will give us a advancement and the andesite casing. 4 cogwheels around that will give us the gearbox one more time in the crafting table for our vertical gearbox. So we will have the water wheel running off in the distance somewhere, probably just place down right here, and we will have our own water source pouring over that. The vertical gearbox will be placed a couple blocks underneath the water. We will have some shafts come up, and those will be connected to our harvester. Again, if you saw Crafted Chaos, this is all pretty much the same as that, but for those of you new to this series that didn't see Crafted Chaos, we are building basically a harvester that will spin around in a circle continuously that always harvests our plants as they are finished. So we need to make a few mechanical harvesters. To make that, we need some iron plates, and it looks like we need a hammer. Luckily, we already have that iron hammer. Let's grab that out. And when we put 2 iron ingots in there, we will get a couple of iron plates. There we go. I think we are gonna need a little bit more iron here. Not to worry though, we still have a lot of raw iron left over, and we can crush that with our ore hammer, double it, and get that smelting in the furnace. We'll put it in the iron furnace, because why not? So I think we will want to have 2 mechanical harvester heads. Because of the way the machine spins around, these inside 4 blocks will not be detected by the harvester. So we will actually move that to the outside. And in order to get these corners, I think it will have to be 3 blocks, maybe even 4 in length, but I think just 3. I know it has to be at least more than 2, so we will start with 3 mechanical harvesters and go from there. So we will also need 3 more andesite casing, and we should be able to make all of those mechanical harvesters. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. We want to make a mechanical bearing right here. That is what our machine will hook up to. 1 andesite casing, 1 shaft, and 1 plank. Or, sorry, 1 plank slab. There we go. And that will give us the mechanical bearing, and all we need are some chests to place on top. And we may also need some glue, so I guess it's a good thing we got the slime from that reward, because I think we do need slime for the glue. Let me double check that recipe. Yes, slime and 1 more iron plate, not a problem for us. We will make that real quick. We will get our glue made, and we can head over and begin work on our mechanical harvester. So as I said before, we will have our vertical gearbox placed right there. Our mechanical bearing will be placed on top of that. And I forgot, I think we do need a couple more machine blocks, or maybe it is just, it might be the linear chassis actually. I think we need some more of those. And yes, come to think of it, the linear chassis is the last thing we are missing. So we will get 3 of these, place these down, 1, 2, and 3. We will put the harvester heads on front, and I just realized the farmland is going to dry up. Luckily, it is raining. So our mechanical harvesters on the front, and on top, our chests. I think we do need to put a little bit of glue down. There we go. This should all be connected now. Oh, I see what we have done wrong. We need a few more linear chassis. We will place 1 right there and 1 more going off to the side. I think we have to place it from on top. These should all be connected now, but we will just glue everything together just to make sure. So now we should be able to get under here, do a little bit of our wiring with this. We will have to return the water, but once we do that, we should be up and running with everything. So again, the vertical gearbox, a shaft right there. We will make a few more so that we can get that connected to a water wheel. I guess it would make a little bit more sense to have it run out to that side, but the water's going to be stationary initially, so I'm not too concerned about it. We just need to make sure that we have enough space away from the farm, and that we have enough space for the water wheel itself, because it is fairly large. Although I guess we didn't make the extra large water wheel itself, so we shouldn't need too much space, and it should still give us enough power for this harvester. It isn't very large at all. So we will place that down right there in the middle. Oh wow, that is tiny. Okay, maybe we will go make the large one. It is only 8 more planks anyway. So we will place that down. It looks like we are... There we go. And we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more shafts. 2 buckets of water, 1 for the farmland. I guess we should probably get that in there now. I wonder if we can waterlog that shaft. I guess we are about to find out. I really should get an infinite water source up here. There we go. That'll make it a little bit easier than having to run down the mountain every time. If we place that there, yes, that will work. All right. So let's get a couple more shafts made, and we can fill up our water bucket one last time. Connect these up to the mechanical harvester, and it should start functioning as long as we built everything correctly. Let's see. Hey, look at that. All right, we are in business. Again, I don't think it is going to harvest those inside blocks, but I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. That would be great if it does. So now we need to start expediting the growth process because these by themselves grow at a very slow rate. So there are a few things we can do to fix that. The first thing we could do is get the Mystical Agriculture watering can, which is made with 4 Inferium ingots. We can also make a basic watering can, and to make that, it's 4 iron ingots, a bowl, and a bone meal. That will speed that up a little bit. The other thing we can do, which is a little bit more expensive for us at this stage, is make some growth accelerators. So for now, we are going to make the watering can. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't look like we have any bone meal right now, or any bones, so we will have to wait for nightfall, and then we will go out and kill a skeleton. We can, however, make a bowl with the few scraps of wood that we have. Maybe there will be one in the cave. Let's go find out. Well, we have a creeper convention happening over in that corner, but it doesn't look like we have any skeletons anywhere. Oh, yes, we do. We have one right down here, a couple actually. I think this is a sort of dangerous situation, but we are wearing iron armor, so I think we will be okay. We will just get a couple swift hits with the axe, and we will make our escape back home. Nothing to it. We will get our bone meal, and we will make our watering can. Now, we don't have quite enough Inferium essence to upgrade our watering can, so we will just have to stand here and water ourselves. But that's okay. We can already see that it is moving along quite nicely. I think we will go ahead and increase the speed. Uh-oh, I did not mean to do that. So I guess we don't want to right-click. Can we increase the speed of this? I am actually thinking of a different block that we had in our last modded series. So no, we cannot increase the speed of this. That is as fast as it is going to go. It doesn't look like it's going to harvest that inside seed, so we will move that to the outside. As for this farmland, I think, yeah, that's just going to break. That's okay. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. We're good. And is it going to break the plant every time, or was that just a one-time deal? I hope it doesn't. But I guess we will find out here on this next pass. Okay, good. It is just harvesting the Inferium itself. The plant is staying in there. So the biggest thing for us right now will be filling this entire seed, or this entire field with seeds, so that we can really maximize the speed of our Inferium harvesting. And I think the easiest way to do that will be go caving and find some Inferium essence ore. In fact, we already have some just a few blocks away from the Waystone. But the skeleton down there remembers us. He's gotten a couple hits on us and tried to deplete our health, but I think we are shielded by enough rock there. So that gave us actually quite a bit of Inferium essence, and that was just from one single ore. So if we could find a bit more, that would be fantastic. Then again, if we don't get around to that today, we did Oh, here we go. Never mind. I was about to say, even if we don't get around to it, we at least have our automatic harvester set up, but it looks like we are going to get quite a bit from this vein right there. Alright, 36. That will be enough for 4 more seeds. I think we will return home with that and get those planted in the ground. So we will get 1, 2, 3, and 4 inferium seeds planted. And I guess we can go ahead and change the farmland tier, although I don't think that does anything for the inferium seeds. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we can upgrade the seeds. Actually, I'm thinking of the farmland. Every time we upgrade the farmland to the next tier, then we will get a higher output for inferium seeds only. As for other seeds, it only applies to that tier. But for this, we will focus on that a little bit later. Right now, again, it's all about just filling up this field and really getting it to maximum harvest. But if we go ahead and hop up here on top of the harvester, we can stand up here with our watering can and pour that over the crops. I guess I should probably move them closer to each other so that we can cover all of them in one go, but that's okay. We will cover this 2x2 area right here since it is a little bit larger. And we have yet another wandering trader. Once again, I don't think anything that we really need. As for the farm, we are making some decent progress here. I'm gonna go make a couple more seeds real quick here in our portable crafting table, and we will get those planted into the ground. We are up to 9 now, so we are, again, moving right along with this whole process. Again, the start of mystical agriculture is a very patient one. It takes a little bit of time before we are really mass producing all of those different resources. But to finish this episode, I think we will do a couple things. Number one, we will build one more small wheat farm right here just so we can have a sustainable food source for a little while. And the other thing will be to get a nice path running from our house over to our 2 fields. I honestly don't know why I just cleared away all of that dirt. Let's try that again. So water there in the middle, and then we will till the ground around it. It will be the same size as the field over there. I guess we could go ahead and line it up with that field as well. That way it is nice and even. There we go, we will get a few of these wheat seeds planted, and that will also give us a source of more seeds once we start building our inferium essence supply up a little bit more, because right now we are not really going anywhere with either of these things. I suppose if we wanted to, we could also plant a few other crops. We have eggplants, wasabi, tomatoes. We will get all of these planted and give ourselves a nice variety of food. Plus it will give us a little bit more storage in all of our chests in here because we do have a few more seeds. We have rice. I'm mostly looking at the ones that we only have 1 or 2 of. We do have a few more wheat seeds, spinach, flax. We have some soy, more wheat seeds. We will go get all of these planted. The rice we can actually not plant on there. That will go in the water, which makes sense. Meanwhile, everything else is planted, and that will start looking great here pretty soon. Now we just need to get a nice path going from our front door over here. I think we will just go with a very basic dirt path. Nothing too fancy right now. We don't really have the resources to spend on a stone or gravel path at the moment. We will make a little bit more of a path around our waystone as well, since we do walk up to that and use that quite a bit. And there we go. I think we are all set up and in business with our fields. I guess we could go see if they have any light sources here in the village. They do have some lanterns. I am going to borrow some of... Oh, okay. That is not good. Uh-oh. Oh no. First death of the series in episode 3? Okay, we are safe. I was trying to get back up to the waystone so that we could get home and jump in our water. Instead, we are getting home so that we can heal up. I guess apparently lanterns start fires when they fall, so torches might be a little bit of a safer route for us at the moment. That is very good to know. We can eat this miniature red heart. Is that going to give us... Oh, wow, okay, that heals us up entirely. Alright, well that is good to know. And that is where we are going to leave it for this episode of All the Mods 9. I really hope you enjoyed it. We set up 2 fields today, including an automated harvester on one of them. That is really going to help with our production, especially later on once we start to expand that field and expand into mystical agriculture. In case you don't know this about that, we can grow all different types of resources out of the ground. So we can grow iron, we can grow diamonds, we can even grow netherite, and maybe nether stars and dragon eggs. I'm not 100% sure if that is in this pack or not, but I do know that there are versions like that. But if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.